At the end of the film Joker, Arthur Fleck sits in a sterile room in Arkham Asylum. His psychiatrist asks what he finds so funny. He smiles, lets out a quiet laugh, and tells her simply, "You wouldn't get it." According to the film's director, Todd Phillips, this specific moment is the only time the character laughs genuinely in the entire 2-hour runtime. When the credits rolled, audiences immediately and aggressively argued over what they had just watched. Some saw a dangerous endorsement of violence, while others praised it as a brilliant critique of society. Debating Arthur's morality or political alignment misses the filmmaker's trap. Treating these events as a literal history assumes a grounded reality that the movie is actively trying to dismantle. The narrative functions as a meticulously crafted, interactive illusion. It moves away from the constraints of a historical record to focus entirely on the act of deception. The Sun establishes early on that Arthur's perspective is fractured. We see him sitting in the studio audience of a late-night talk show, interacting with the host, only to realize he is sitting alone in his living room. Later, an entire romantic relationship with his neighbor is revealed to be a complete hallucination. This unreliability bleeds directly into the film's climax. During the citywide riots, Arthur vividly pictures the murders of Thomas and Martha Wayne in a dark alleyway. There is no physical way Arthur could have witnessed this. At the exact moment the Waynes are shot, he is trapped inside the back seat of a police cruiser, miles away from Crime Alley, bleeding from a major car crash. Look at the environmental details around him. When Arthur meets his social worker, the clock reads exactly 11:11. This exact timestamp rigidly repeats. It's on the clock in his Arkham Asylum cell and on the punch clock he smashes when fired. These frozen clocks and physically impossible perspectives act like glitches in a dream. They offer proof that the reality being presented is cracking under the weight of its own artifice. In the acclaimed graphic novel The Killing Joke, the character outlines a core psychological principle. If he has to have a past, he prefers it to be multiple choice. Lead actor Joaquin Phoenix confirmed this approach, admitting that the film's events are not hard facts, but rather a series of subjective possibilities. Look at the trajectory of the plot. A powerless, alienated victim is repeatedly pushed down by society, only to rise up, punish his tormentors, and become an empowered, cheered-on revolutionary. It is the ultimate self-aggrandizing fantasy. If the past is multiple choice, then Arthur Fleck is only one possible version of the story. Director Todd Phillips has even suggested that the man destined to become Batman's nemesis is actually in the background somewhere, watching these events play out. In this interpretation, Arthur is an inspiration, a nameless inmate whose fantasy constructs the myth of the Joker for someone else to inhabit. The result is the psychological construction of a supervillain from the inside of a padded cell. Media theorists refer to this exact technique as strategic ambiguity. It is a deliberate choice to make objective reality and political messaging impossible to lock down. Because the canvas is blank, viewers use it as a mirror. Some audiences project a harsh critique of 1980s neoliberalism onto the film, where austerity policies, budget cuts, and privatized healthcare push people over the edge. Other viewers interpret the exact same scenes as a rallying cry against the elite, viewing the uprising in Gotham as a righteous class warfare movement. At the same time, alternative readings view the film as a defense of alienated masculinity, striking back against a modern society obsessed with social correctness. By leaving the core truth ambiguous, the filmmakers captured audiences across the entire political spectrum. The viewer's pre-existing biases become the actual subject matter, which brings us back to that sterile room in Arkham Asylum and the joke Arthur refuses to explain. The ultimate punchline is the audience itself. Millions of people fiercely debated the objective morality and factual reality of a story told by a man who admitted he was making it up.